What's going on, guys? ChaseWins.com. Friday. It is the 19th of November. This video is going to be targeted towards Saturday, and the reason that we're doing it now is for a couple of reasons that we'll get into in just a second. But even though I was thinking about doing this video a couple of hours from now, I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and bust one out real quick so that I can also give out some free action for Friday night in some of the later games for those who will watch the video early, or at least within the first couple of hours that we've got it posted online. So we decided to do that. So as everybody knows, it's been a crazy past couple of months. Everybody knows that that's the time of year where we go about a month and you may only see me once or twice video wise. Obviously nothing skips a beat as far as the business goes. Plays are still going out every day, profits still being made day after day, week after week, month after month. But there just is that time where videos slow down and almost come to a grinding halt for the better part of 4 to 6 weeks. Well, we're out of that now, but I told you guys that usually I don't even start back doing videos until mid-November. Well, we've been back doing videos now for 2 weeks. Just some of them have been like now when I'm on the road, driving from one place to another, because truthfully, with everything we still have going on, I technically still don't have time to do the videos as far as hours in the day go, but I made the commitment to do it, and I said I would do it no matter, what scenario of a video I had to do, whether it be on the road, in a hotel room, in an airport, whatever. I would get one out for you, at least 5 out of every 7 days a week. So here we are. Now, again, everybody knows that, I coach my daughter's travel volleyball team, and we had another fantastic season, going 11-1, and had half of our team not been in COVID protocol. And we, it takes 6, I don't know anybody that, if you know anything about volleyball or not, but it takes 6 players to fill out the court. Usually a volleyball team is made up of anywhere from 10 to 14 players total, depending on what level you play at. And obviously, teams go into rotation, a substitution order, things like that. But 6 players on the court at a time at all times. Well, at one point this year, we had 4 of our 10 players have to go through quarantine because they, at school they did contact tracing and ended up getting letters saying that they had to quarantine for 10 days. And so, unfortunately, they had to miss a game against a very good team, one of the better teams that we played all year, in our opinion. But, so we only went out there, or excuse me, not 4 players, 5 players. So we only had 5 people. We didn't even have enough to fill out the court. So we had to decide, whether or not we were going to risk having it marked as a loss because we tried to reschedule, not knowing if that other team would agree to it or not. Or we could go out there, we could play with 5 players, and we had to accept the outcome of the game. We did end up losing the game, but only by 2 points. And truth be told, we almost won it. So anyway, I digress. But anyway, an 11-1 season, and then we went on to, the postseason, and then ended up making where we went out beyond that, played in regionals, and they split the state championship, state tournament, state finals, whatever they're calling it, up into 2 separate things. So they had lower state and upper state, since there are as many teams as there are in the state, and as many that, usually play out of state and qualify and, and are fairly highly ranked. So there's an upper state and a lower state. We actually play in the upper state division. We went out, we did that last weekend. We took care of business there. And then we found out after the tournament was over that we qualified as the number 3 overall seed for the remaining teams that are left. And we go on to the state finals tomorrow. So we've got a fairly long drive ahead of us early in the morning. We get a first round bye, as all the first 4 teams do. So we actually don't play our first game until noon, which is a good thing. But again, we've got a long drive ahead of us. So I've got a very late night ahead of me tonight. We're going to be leaving out well before daylight tomorrow. So I'm headed home now, and I'm going to be doing a lot of work from there. Headed back to the office probably around 11 o'clock tonight. Doing some more work, getting everything posted for Saturday as far as college football, big games, college basketball, NHL, NBA, all of that stuff and getting it out tonight, along with recording another video for you guys to announce something, as well as give out more free action. So that'll be coming later, and then go home, get a few hours of sleep, get up and hit the road. So I wanted to get everything done tonight, so I figured, hell, why not knock out a video here and give them some Friday night plays along with a Saturday play and tell you what we've got going on. So real quick, as far as Thursday went, another profitable day, another winning day. We did not have any NHL yesterday. That was the only thing we laid off of. And then also, I didn't have any college football. I didn't like the game yesterday. I mean, I almost pulled the trigger. I told a couple of clients via Twitter that reached out to me and asked about that game, and I told them, gun to my head, I'd take the over 62, which I think it even went down to 60.5 by kickoff. I said, but I don't love it. I've got zero money on it. That was just, if I had a gun to my head, do what you will with that information. You know, my recommendation obviously is to not play it, because if that was my recommendation, I would have a play on it. But we had a big night in college basketball. Talked about 2 plays yesterday. Both ended up, we ended up playing both of those yesterday in the NBA. 1-1 there. I gave you the premium play on the Utah Jazz, absolutely free. That took care of business. They were -10, easy win there. The LA Clippers +2. It went up to 2.5 in a couple of spots right before the game tipped off, but they ended up, while they actually held control of that game for most of it, they ended up falling behind just a little bit too much, not covering that spread, and that was the, you know, free lean that I gave you, if you will. So if you played those games based on the free plays that I gave you, and you played one as a premium play, one as a lean, just as I instructed you in the video, if that's what you were playing them off of, you actually would have still profited, because you would have, you know, probably wagered about half on that Clippers game, and then you would have won the Utah game. But a 1-1 day in the NBA yesterday. Then we get into NCAA basketball. 5 plays is what I released yesterday. Had a nice underdog to kick off the night. South Carolina +3 at -$1.15. I loved that game. They ended up winning outright by 3. I don't know who came up with that line, or why in the world anyone would have UAB favored over South Carolina, even in the early going. If anything, that should be like a mid-season game where South Carolina ends up shooting themselves in the foot, as they always do, but not in the early going. That was it. I mean, that was one of the easiest calls we've made all year. Kansas -25, another easy call, another easy win. We took Portland -12. They could have won that game by 25, but they let off the gas, you know, pretty much all together there for the last 6 minutes of the game, and they ended up only winning by 12. So that was a push, no harm, no foul, nothing lost, nothing won. So that right there, 2 wins and a push. We took Cal on the money line, -$1.45. We could have taken them -2. It wouldn't have mattered, but I really did not like laying the points. I truly felt like the money line should have been above 150. So as much as I didn't like laying 145 in a college basketball game, I felt like there was value there, and there was an edge in doing that. And of course, we cashed that ticket as well. The only loss we took, we did take Washington on the money line, -$1.15. One of those OT games where they ended up falling to Wyoming. So 3-1-1, 3 wins, 1 loss, 1 push. So if you take the push out of there, you would have actually had a 4-2 day, picking up right at 3 units of profit, because everything was a premium play, and we would have flat betted across the board. So another successful day. Congrats to all the clients. What we've got going on that you guys need to know about: a very successful name your price promo for this week. So congrats to everyone that jumped on board something and became a part of that. Anybody who has not been responded to yet that got yours in time, don't worry, you will be responded to. Pretty much all of you should have been by now. But what we've still got going on for this week, through the weekend, that you don't want to miss out on, because this will be your last chance to get it, are the packages that are still left on sale. And that is the season passes, as well as the 30-day all-access pass. So college basketball season pass, myself or Jerry, these passes are $2,000 per season. It takes you from, you know, day 1 all the way through the Final Four, you know, championship game, all the way through the tournament, every premium play, every top play for the capper that you choose. It's usually $2,000 each. It's $499 each, guys. $500. You are literally getting 75% off of a season pass, that where you can make your money back and already have turned profit before your first 7 days are up. And you get this, guys, from, now mid-November, you'll get it through the month of March and into the month of April of 2022 when everything finally comes to an end. Same thing goes for the NBA. That one is actually $3.99 though. Those are usually about $1,500 per season. Again, myself or Jerry, $399. You can't beat it. NHL, $4.99. Those are $1,500 season passes, something that's one of our most sought after season packages outside of baseball and college basketball. You can get it again. You're getting it for 75% off. Instead of paying $2,000, you are paying $499. Again, choose whatever capper you want. Now, I will tell you this. If you buy 2 of these, and it doesn't matter which capper, or let's just say you want 1 capper, right? Let's say you wanted to buy Jerry's NBA season as well as his NHL season, or his college basketball season and his NHL season. Doesn't matter. You buy 2. You will get the 3rd absolutely free. So if you bought his NBA and his college basketball season, you would get his NHL season absolutely free. Same thing goes with me. Or you can mix and match. If you bought my college basketball and Jerry's NBA, or vice versa, then we would reach out to you once you purchase those 2 and say, hey, you still have 1 season left. Whose hockey do you want? You got a college basketball, you got an NBA. Whose hockey do you want? Or if you've got one person's NBA and college and one person's college basketball, and now you want to add the 2nd college basketball season, you can do that as well. You buy 2, you get 1 free. And then the last but not least, the all access passes. Everyone's asking about the 30-day. 30-day all access gives you every premium and daily top play, as well as every game of the week, game of the month, game of the year. Myself and Jerry, throughout the duration of what you buy, you get every single play, every single day in all sports, all cappers at all levels. There's nothing you don't have access to. Those are $7.99 per a 30-day pass. They've been on sale for $3.49 this week, and that all of those that we just mentioned, they are still on sale, but this weekend is the end of that. They will go back up to their normal price. They will not be coming back down, so you will miss out on them completely. So if you missed the Name Your Price promo, or you didn't want to go with a 1-year all access, or you didn't know what you wanted to do, you better get on one of these now while you still have a chance. Now, biggest announcement of the day. Obviously, Friday, I have a huge card. It's been released now for a while. Games are getting ready to tip off here in just a little while. Big slate of games. 4 underdogs today, 13 plays total, multiple college football games. We got NBA. We've got a huge 10-game slate in NCAA basketball with a top play. So we hadn't had a top play in a couple of days. Well, it's back tonight, and it is in NCAA basketball. You've got till 9 p.m. to purchase that top play, just FYI. And then, again, 4 underdogs in that I think all could win outright. And we'll talk about a couple of underdogs that didn't make the cut here in a second. And then the biggest announcement, Jerry is back. League play is back. We've been on a 2-week international break. He has his biggest game of the week of the year thus far. One of the biggest games of the week he has had in all of 2021. He's got it going on Saturday. The game's already posted. All of the clients, all of the all-access clients and everything have already been emailed. They're already putting their wagers in. People are already buying this play. Make sure you get it. It's on the site. You go to chasewins.com. You hit the purchase tab. It'll be the first thing you see. Jerry's game of the week. It goes tomorrow early afternoon. You need to buy this play by 12 noon. That will give you plenty of time to make sure that you get your wager in and you can cash in on this play. This is a play that you can step out, hammer your book with, and make a ton of money and profit in a couple hours' time. As always, games of the week are $50, but it comes with the best pure profit guarantee in the business. You win or you get 3 days of all plays in all sports, absolutely free, no questions asked. All premium and daily top plays. So again, $50, that's there. You get instant access to the play as soon as you make your purchase and it is complete. You just log back in, click the link for the game of the week on your members dashboard. Boom, you've got the play. Get your wager locked in, kick back, relax, line won't change on you, and your game will start tomorrow. But again, you have to purchase by 12 noon Eastern time tomorrow to ensure that you can be a part of this game. I will have a big release for tomorrow, looking at a potential game of the year. I am waiting on one piece of information left before I release it. If this information were to go the opposite way that I wanted to, this will still be a game of the month level game by far. It will just barely take it out of the running for game of the year. If it goes the way I want it to, we will have a college football game of the year tomorrow. But if we don't have a game of the year, I will still be releasing this play. I can't release it as a game of the month because I've already had a game of the month in college football for November. We cashed it, of course. So I will be releasing this huge play as a game of the week if it is not a game of the year. But I have a feeling we're going to lock this one in as the big play. So you're going to want to jump on Jerry's play, get that locked in so you can cash that play, use that profit to roll into this game of the year to make even more. Don't worry, Jerry's game of the week will be over before this other play even starts by a long shot. So you don't have to worry about that. Go jump on Jerry's game of the week now, or you're going to be kicking yourself square in the ass when you miss out on it and we cash another one without you. So make sure you do that. Let's get on some free plays and some underdogs. A couple of leans for you that you can tackle if you want to. I wouldn't throw anything more than some fun money on it because the lines are just too steep. Duke minus 31.5. I've seen even 32s out there. Hell, it might be 32.5 by now. Lay some fun money on Duke if you really want to play it. Nothing serious, nothing that would make you, even have a bad night if you lost or would affect your bankroll. Do not go crazy on that game. But Duke minus 31.5, you can play that. Another one that you can look at is, a lean. I wouldn't go, too strong on it. And it's just because the line is, I don't want to say it's not accurate. It's justified, but I do think the odds makers are a little bit off in this one. And that's tonight. Pacific is actually catching 3 points, where I think this should be a pick 'em, if not Pacific -1. So I will take those 3 points. I took it as about a half of the normal wager that I would on a premium play and as a lean. But your two official free plays, tonight's official free play is going to be an underdog play. It's going to be the Georgia Bulldogs at 9 p.m. against their rival Georgia Tech in college basketball. I think the wrong team's favored. Do I think Georgia Tech will be a better team overall this year? I think they have the talent to do so. I think they have the ability to do so. But Georgia's still on that right track. I think the SEC is just a lot tougher than they have been in recent years. I mean, over the past 5 years, they've really built themselves up. And over the last 3 years especially, they've really come to life as they're holding their own as truthfully the number 2 most dominant conference in college basketball. Some people may argue Big Ten, it being Big Ten and ACC. I still think the ACC has it, obviously. And while the Big Ten makes a good case, I think the SEC is overall just a little more dominant right now. And I think that the Georgia team, while they are missing one of their bigger guys, I still think at home, this is a game where they're going to have the upper hand. They're going to control the clock. They're going to control fouls. And I think that they're going to play smarter ball, not use the 3 so much. And I think they're going to come out with an outright win. So we're taking Georgia plus 4.5 for the win. And if you also want to sprinkle some fun money, you can take Georgia on the money line for a small wager at plus $1.55. I normally wouldn't tell you to also play the money line in college basketball, but when you're getting over $1.50, it's hard not to. So sprinkle a little bit of fun money on that if you want to. And then our first free play for Saturday is another underdog, Baylor versus Kansas State. Baylor's catching 2 as the ranked team. I completely understand why Kansas State is favored. I actually agree with why they are favored, and I agree with them being favored into this game. But I'm telling you right now, I think Baylor's got something up their sleeve, and I still think as far as play calling and coaching, they have the upper hand. They are the better team, and they walk out of Manhattan, Kansas as outright winners. So I will gladly take those 2 points, put them in my back pocket just for safety, but I think Baylor wins this game outright tomorrow. So college football, Baylor plus 2 over Kansas State. Tonight, 9 p.m., Georgia plus 4.5 over Georgia Tech on the hardwood in college basketball. Go get on Jerry's game of the week. While you're there, get on a multi-day all sports pass, or go get on one of these season passes before you miss out on the deal of a lifetime. Love you guys. We'll see you back in a few hours for another video and potentially an announcement on another big game. Love you guys, and we will see all of you that join us in the winner's circle.